Hey, my name's Sean. Welcome to Echoes in Eternity Bourbon. Dickel 15. Didn't know that was going to be on the agenda, but I learned something new.
So good! Once it hits your lips, it's so good!
So, I had the pleasure of hunting with Terrence. It's been a couple of weeks now. One of the things that he had pointed out was, you know, Dickel 15, had mentioned, he says, people give Dickel a hard time. He said, but it's really good once you get past that certain point. If you get past, the 15-year point, you're really getting a lot of flavors. You're really getting a lot of things that you don't expect. And he said, especially if you find something at 100 proof or higher. And so we went out shopping. We pulled in some great bottles. Found some Stag, found some great store picks, Buffalo Trace store pick. Got I'm trying to think of a Survivor barrel for Blue Note, which I need to review eventually. But this is one that we, at the last store, we just said, hey, let's see if there's anything there. It's kind of off the beaten path. We walk in, Terrence is, we go through, we don't really see anything, and he happens to eye this bottle behind the counter. And he goes, hey, can I see that Dickel 15? Pulls it over. Sure enough, it's like 100.4 proof. And he says, this is going to be good. So he hands me the bottle. I said, are you sure you want me to have this? He says, no, trust me on this. But he looks behind the counter, sees the second one. So we both end up with bottles. And so later that day, I meet the guys from Whiskey Wisdom, and I hadn't even cracked this, and I was telling them about it. And Matt is kind of looking at me, I don't know about this. I said, look, this is someone whose palate I trust. What's the worst could happen is you're going to spit out something you don't like. That's the worst. But he was actually, the thing that kind of surprised him what he thought of it. So the one thing I haven't done with this is kind of give it a review and to kind of tell you, this could be a great bottle for someone's collection. I think we spent $69 for this, and you're getting a 15-year, 100 proof bourbon, and I think that it could rival a lot of things that are a little bit higher in price or maybe even harder to find. That 100 proof point might be harder to find. We've got a store here, I can find it at 90 proof, but I think that extra 10 proof points that Terrence mentioned is probably important. But let's give this thing a nose and see what we got. You get the vanilla right off the bat, get some cherry. You get some of that funkiness from something that's been sitting in a barrel for that long. So you get some of that funky oak. It's got some very good viscosity on it. Great color on there too. Deep amber color. It doesn't give a lot of ethanol burn in the nose. I mean, it just smells divine. It just smells like this is what a bourbon should smell like. Not overpowering, but you got a few different things going on. You got the oak, you're getting some vanilla, you're getting some cherry going on. Nice little hint of light caramel in there. A lot of good things in there. Let's go ahead and give it a taste. This has a very nice mouthfeel to it. I know it's only 100 proof, a little bit less than what I like to drink, but you're getting such great flavors out of it. Very nice finish with it. I got the cherry came across, the vanilla came across, got a little bit of chocolate. I mean, it's almost like you're getting all these different flavors, all these different sweet expressions, but not overpoweringly sweet. Now, I tend to like my bourbons a little sweeter, but when I get complexity like this, it's very nice. It's something that I can say, okay, I don't need dessert tonight. This is something I can just sip on, and I can get some of the nice finer tastes off of it and explore it a little bit. And for this right here, even at 100 proof, you get some of the spice on the back. You get some of that, like I said, that funkiness from that oak, and get a little bit of tobacco on the back of this too. I guess really, really pleasing for me. So this is something that I think that I'm going to have some fun with, because I want to kind of compare this versus some other bottles that are maybe, in that similar proof point, that are maybe really popular right now, and see which one I like the best out of these. So this could be fun. I'm getting a little more pop of that chocolate. Get a little bit of black pepper on the back on this. So you get something that's fairly complex, and you get the deep, rich flavors of something that's been in a barrel for 15 years. And it really gives you a nice hug in your chest, even though it's only 100 proof. It's not overpowering flamethrower type of stuff, but it lets you know that it's a bourbon and it's there, and it finishes well with it too. So I get a little bit of sweet and savory going on with it as well. Almost get like a cola flavor to it as well. So it's got some really neat things that I like about it. A lot of people will talk about Dickel, especially the younger versions, whether it's the Flintstone vitamin, the minerally taste. To me, this just tastes like good bourbon. So maybe it's something you want to consider in your wheelhouse, or find a pour somewhere and see if it's something that you like. For $70 for a 15-year bourbon, I think it's a good value, and I think that they're probably underrated. I would hope that more people would, not be dissuaded by the name sometime, and try it. And because it took someone that had tried it and said, hey, I really like this stuff. And when you get in this wheelhouse, you're going to find a difference on it. And I listen to that person, and I'm very happy with that. Very good pour. I get more of that cola now as we're sitting here talking. So I think it's a very unique pour in a lot of ways too, because you're getting that age statement with it. You're getting some of these different flavors and complexities. You're getting a nice finish on it, good mouth feel on it. So I've gotten vanilla, I've gotten some cherry, I've gotten a little bit of caramel, I've gotten some cola on it, I've gotten some oak on it, a little bit of black pepper on it, a little bit of tobacco on it. So I had all these things going on, which is something you don't get from a youthful bourbon a lot of times. And sometimes you'll get these bourbons that are 4 to 6 years, that are 100 proof, and they're not going to have this kind of complexity. I enjoy the complexity part of a good bourbon, and this is one that I definitely enjoy. So Terrence, thank you very much for that. I definitely appreciate it. And all you out there, I truly appreciate how much you've grown the channel. If you haven't seen the video for the 750 subscribers, you have until Sunday to get in that video, be a subscriber, say the key phrase in that video, be over 21 in the continental U.S., and I'll draw a name on that Sunday. Definitely looking forward to getting out a prize for someone on that one. Definitely looking forward to that. Looking forward to this weekend as well. Was going to be headed out towards the Atlanta area on Saturday. I had the benefit of going to a bourbon share with the Bourbon Baroness, so looking forward to that. So going to be there with her and her husband, and I'm going to try to bring some interesting bottles, and I'm sure there'll be some amazing people there. She was one of the first people that I really met that does her own Instagram. So if you have a chance, check out Bourbon Baroness on Instagram. She's awesome people, very good people, her and her husband. So I'll be up there Saturday, and hopefully while I'm up in that area, I'll get a chance to see Matt and Brandon and the guys up there too, because I wanted to get some things up there to them. But I hope you guys have an amazing day. This was a great way to start the week for me. I think I'm going to be using this bottle on some different challenges to see how I like this versus some of the other things. First thing that comes to my mind, I need to do a review on the Jack Daniel's 10. And after I do the Jack Daniel's 10, I'll do a comparison versus the 12. That 12 is dang good. I have a feeling that 12 is probably going to kick its tail. But in fairness, I'll do the comparison. I got to get that bias out of my head there. But I'd also like to see, depending on how that goes with the 10 and the 12, what I would think it would do against a 15-year Dickel. You know, that 10 is pretty hard bottle to find. This Dickel may be a little more accessible. Maybe different flavor profiles, but maybe it has something that offers different. But I still need to check out the 10 first. So you all have an amazing day. Thank you. Please like, comment, subscribe. Cheers.